Okay, welcome to another edition of Carnivore Bites. I'm your host, Jeff Sherman, along with Dr. Eric Lopkin. And a lot of stuff going on in the news, kind of a little bit same old, same old. But one thing that I'm struck with is, you see more and more and in fact, being a little older and used to certain status quos, are we in the midst of a cultural revolution? I think that's a fair question to ask.
It is a fair question. The short answer is I'm not sure. We seem to have all of the makings of a cultural revolution. The question is it going to have legs? We had, right after the Trump election, we also had protests and movements and Me Too, and nothing really seemed to come of it. There were a lot of changes in media, a lot of changes in language, but no real progress has been made yet. So I think the question is, does the movement we're seeing now have legs?
I think it really does. I think there's a whole youth underbelly, for lack of a better word, that is really, is a lot different than mainstream America. And I think it's kind of evident. I don't know how big that sector of the population is, but I do think that it's there.
It's definitely there. I'm not so sure that's a positive, though.
Yeah, I would agree.
We had the same youth movement years ago with Occupy Wall Street that went nowhere. And now this same youth movement, their big rallying cry seems to be defund the police, abolish the police. And the fact of the matter is that's not going to solve the problem. So while they've got this energy, they've got this momentum, they don't actually have any solutions. And the big thing that concerns me, first of all, defunding the police is a horrible idea. You're punishing the 98% of police that are good people and good at their job for the few bad apples. And what you're going to see is less law enforcement and rises in crime. More importantly, though, it's not the police force that is protecting these bad cops. It's the police union. And since most of these younger people and the folks that are pushing for change are Democrats are beholden to the unions. I don't know that they're going to have the political will to really do anything that matters.
I don't know that either. But I do think that increasingly with AOC and others and the movement kind of in the party, it seems like it's something they cannot dismiss, this new radical element. They just can't.
Well, no, but again, that radical element is very pro-union. So they don't, that's their constituency. They're, for the worker. Are they going to be willing to say, look, the union is protecting these bad actors. We need to just redo the unions. And of course, the unions are going to fight against that. Is the will to make change there? Absolutely.
What do you think the political ramifications are in terms of? I think Biden is I know he's not really in control of the campaign, so to speak, but it seems like he's more beholden to the far left.
He's definitely more beholden to the far left. Politically, honestly, I don't think this is going to make much of a difference. The areas that this is happening in the most strongly are Democratic strongholds. So I think what you're going to see is that the Democrats are going to be able to turn out votes to keep the House. I don't think they're going to be able to turn out enough votes outside of their areas to swing the Senate. And I think you're going to have the situation with Trump, same as you did in 2016. He's going to lose the popular, but he'll win the electoral.
I think you're probably right. Any final thoughts?
I'm very skeptical of any movement. I hope I'm wrong, because we need change. I think the only, like I keep saying about Trump, the only thing that can beat Trump is Trump. The only thing that can beat this movement is the movement itself. If they don't coalesce around solid solutions, it's not going to accomplish anything.
I would agree. I think it does have an impact on this election, though. I think the movement has taken a lot of the oxygen to the room. What do you think?
It's definitely taken a lot of the oxygen in the room. But I've actually heard an interesting theory, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I wonder if it is, where the African American community, they were going to be outraged by this. You know, this is the fight they've been waiting for to try to get civil rights. The younger folks, the Caucasian groups that have joined them, there's a theory that there's a lot of anger there that's been built up simply because they've been cooped up for so long. Mm-hmm. And is that sustainable? Again, I don't know if that's sustainable or not, but we do need to make change.
Well, any final thoughts, Dr. Lopkin?
That pretty much sums it up.
All right, and we'll be back again on Friday with a live version of the Carnivore Radio, correct?
Yep, you can join us live Friday at 4 Eastern Standard Time at blogtalkradio.com/Carnivore Radio. See you then.
All right, until then, take care.
You've been listening to Carnivore Bites, part of the Exvadio Podcast Network. You can catch us every week on carnivoreradio.com, exvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcast Store, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and wherever you find podcasts.